G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of the Cod Tales podcast. I'm Az.
And I'm Dane.
And on this week's episode we get to talk a little bit how the cod season has started for me, as Dane has not went along yet.
Yeah, no, I've been a bit slack, haven't I?
You sure have.
Yep.
But I did get an invite and tag Dane along as well for a little surprise fish that we'll get into a bit later on.
Oh, and it is so exciting. I'm so excited about that trip. Even talking about it, I haven't shut up about it. But anyway, we also talk a bit about, a couple of Jeremy Wade stories. I love a bit of Jeremy Wade, old river monster stories. And Az went to a info talk night with fisheries.
I did, yep, last week. And I've got a lot of info that I'd love to share with you guys. So listen in and stay tuned and we'll run through a few of these ideas with you and see what your thoughts are.
Let's go.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, we are back in the hot seat having another yarn about our favourite thing to do, fishing.
What's fishing?
What's fishing? Yeah. You wouldn't know. You don't even know fish. You don't know boats.
Nah. I've just nearly lived on one for 2 weeks straight.
Fucking oath. So, mate, what's been happening with you? How has your cod opening gone?
Mate, really come out of the gates this year. I fished pretty darn hard.
Yep.
I had really good success, especially that first 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, river levels were magic. Took the missus out pretty close to Warren. We went out west a fair bit and it fished really well. We had a bum electric and I couldn't zip around much, but we just drifted down the river and it was a nice steady pace and plucked a few fish and got heap on surface, mate. There was some really good surface bite.
You were saying like you were getting hits on surface at like 5 in the afternoon with it's still sun on the water.
Yeah, they weren't afraid of the sun this year, and same thing. Like I took Banksy out last week on the Wednesday or Thursday, and same thing. Like 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're getting surface fish.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they're obviously eager. They're ready for some lures.
So I actually had a slickback that fouled up on a cast.
Yeah,
and I call it the aeroplane.
Yeah,
where it just ticks over the top and
spins around, does a couple of fancy dance moves, and
and it was just like this little log jam that looked absolutely sensational, like stuff that stands a hairs up on the back of your neck when you cast into it. And I was like, holy shit, this is too good of a cast to just wind it back in. So what I done was I give her a couple of winds and twitches, and then all of a sudden this big flash come out and he missed it. And I said, that was in the daylight. There's plenty of sun on the water. If he was
He's
that
still
game to
crack.
come up.
Yeah.
So Banksy picked up the surface lure. He had Fury on.
Yeah.
Launched it back in there. And I didn't think it was actually going to come back. It followed it all the way out the side of the boat and just exploded on it.
Crunched it.
And I was like, well, there you go. It's time for surface.
How good is that? Yeah. Did you ever, like, speaking of fouling up divers, did you ever used to, like, grab a diver and you get your quick hatch or line and wrap it around the front treb and use it as surface lure?
Nah, fuck no, not on purpose. I hate it.
Well, I've heard some people do that.
Shits me to tears. Yep. Yeah, absolutely shits me to tears. Like, especially when you get a good cast, like you're praying to get your 1 out of 5 casts bang on the money, and you're like, there's me money shot. Nah, fucked it with a shit cast.
I really reckon that accuracy pays off so much when fishing for cod.
I've spoke about this before. Accuracy is key, especially in the river.
I reckon you've got to be within like 200 mil of that spot of where you really reckon they're going to be for them to go really commit.
Yeah, and if you get them to stick their hair out of the snag, 9 times out of 10 they're going to eat it because they didn't move that far for nothing.
Yeah, that's right. They're not going to waste energy on just looking at it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So what, you were getting 10 a trip sort of thing, or?
Yeah, the weekend took the missus out to Warren. We got over 30.
Yeah, that's heaps good.
That was for the Saturday arvo.
Yeah.
And Sunday we fished till probably lunchtime Sunday.
Yeah, right.
And it was the Saturday arvo that just blew my mind with surface. Like I tried the Decker Dodge out that I spoke about in the live Q&A.
Yeah.
Mate, third cast I got blown up on with a 71 or a 72. And I was like, fuck, this is a go. Like, we're back in action. And, mate, I threw that fish in 2 casts later, got another one. Just a little fella, and then it would have, honest to God, been 10 metres further, and I had a fish grab it and, go like hell, and I ended up pulling a split ring straight.
Yeah, I remember you sending me a Snapchat about that. All I see is his lure and it's missing the front treb. I went, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because as you'd seen, we'd already upgraded these, and what, you were using a 40 kilo split ring?
40 kilo.
What's that, size 4?
Yeah.
Size 4 split ring. Yeah, I went a bit bigger. I went up to the size 5, so hopefully.
Yeah, I think it was all honestly just bad luck. Like, obviously the lure and the hook just rolled the wrong way where the split ring opened up enough to keep rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gutted me, absolutely gutted me. Like, he had plenty of weight, and I was like, I even called Kez up. I was like, yeah, this is a good
solid.
one. He's heavy. He's real heavy. And he was in nice slack water too, so I wasn't fighting the current either.
Yeah.
Like, I had a real good judgment of the fish.
Yeah.
And yeah, when it come off, I was like, oh shit, I've just pulled the hooks. And didn't even think to check my treble.
Yeah.
Well, very next cast after that, like it was literally 1 or 2 casts later,
Yeah.
I had a little fish come up and try and buff it on the exact same log, just a bit further in, and he full on grabbed it and just let go. And I was like,
what the hell?
Shit, that was weird. I said, fuck, I'm going to check these hooks this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when I noticed the treble was missing. I said, he just had hold of it.
Yeah. He dragged it down.
Yeah, it's surprising. Like, I didn't get the big fish. I didn't find big fish. Like, we got mid-70s and stuff. But
That's not bad.
just that elusive one that got away, I think.
Yeah, just to open your account with a weekend of a couple of 70s, you can't complain about that.
Oh, that's right. But the numbers, I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
we were just getting 60s all day. Like,
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed, especially like from last season, is the average length have shot up.
yeah, shit, yeah.
Absolutely shot up, which is amazing for around here.
But as much as the fishing was good, I had a classic fuck up.
Oh, here we go. Go on.
You go out where you don't have phone service, and what happens? I drive a Ford Ranger, and I decided to go across a bit of soft sand.
Oh, yuck.
Mate, I sunk that quicker than I could my next can. Like, literally, it just dropped the arse. I ended up getting the trailer off. I jumped the ute out, drove down 30 metres again to try a different part of the bank. It was a bit harder.
Yeah.
Where I actually launched the boat and didn't have a drama.
Yeah.
Got it back on the trailer, got the boat completely out of the water and dropped to its axle again. I was like, yeah, man.
Bloody hell.
So, yeah, sat there, and the missus didn't want to
Contemplating
give up on
life.
fishing. She was like, well, there's a camp chair in the back, and I'm going to sit down and cast some lures. So she sat down and was casting lures around in the rapids, and here I'm trying to dig me ute out. And an old cocky drove over the bridge
bridge.
here, and he said, mate, I've got nothing but a ratchet strap. And I said, oh, shit. He said, it's a 2.5 tonner though. I said, yeah, right, I will give it a go. Scared me a little bit. He threw it over the ball.
Oh, yeah, that's a risky move.
But, look, I was stuck and I was just getting out of there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it ended up, we got nowhere, got in bogged, dropped the trailer off. Then we eventually jumped his ute out, jumped my ute out, and then just skull dragged my boat straight through the sand. And, yeah, got up the top and my ute overheated and, yeah.
Oh, wow. The whole works.
Yeah, proper. Yeah. I was like, what a way to end a good trip. Well, in saying that, the electric died on me.
Yeah.
Didn't work all weekend. I was in drift mode. I had a brand new motor. It was the first run. I got a scratch on the cowling that pissed me off. And I got home and kind of just packed the fishing gear away and said, "Fuck, I'm not doing that again for a while."
Well,
it was the very next day.
The day you went to that
I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really good, mate. I've heard plenty of fish through the shop, especially.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of good fish. Now we're talking about this megabucks.
Yeah. Well, it's not Macquarie megabucks anymore.
No.
Murray cod megabucks.
The Murray cod megabucks. So, like, I've really seen some. There was a metre 15.
Wow. Yeah,
a metre
cracker.
11. A few in the
Unreal.
90s. And a lot of these people haven't signed up for the megabucks as yet. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, I think the winning, the leading fish after today is a 105.
105. Righto.
And it was caught 10K from Dubbo on a swim bait.
There you go. How cool's that?
Yeah, so they're there. It's pretty good to see. Skiers boys, I seen them. They got a 108.
Got a 108. Yep, down at
I'm not too
Wangler, was
sure
it?
I'm not too sure if they registered it though.
Yeah.
I didn't see it come up. But some cracking fish getting caught and on bait as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a few like that. Link got a good one,
Yeah, Link got a couple
80
of
odd
good ones.
centimetre or
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah, and it's always, and I feel like now that I've got a lot of patches all the way, probably, I don't know how many Ks of river, hundreds of Ks of river that I can sort of know pretty well. And you sort of know where those big fish are now.
yeah,
And just from, I've heard someone catch one here, I've heard stories about here, I've seen one here. And you just sort of start piecing together those spots that you really need to target for those big girls.
yeah.
Yeah. Bloody
Yeah.
oath.
Hey, actually, we're a bit of a fucking funny one here for you.
Go on.
When I took Banksy, the first fish, went to a pretty popular spot, and I said, mate, we're going to get down past this island and get into some water. It's very hard to get into. And poor old Banksy, he's got a fucking bung shoulder. So we had to kind of take it easy, just make sure we're not fucking hitting logs and swaying the boat too much. No, well, I've sent us down this rapid and we're in
really looking after him.
full flight. And I said, mate, there's a log at the end of this and normally I hit it and it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, righto. Well, we've come full steam into this thing and he picked up the paddle and gone, that's going to do fuck all. So he dropped us, said, it's up to you. I've run up the front of the boat. I've near put both my shoulder blades out my arsehole trying to stop myself going through this log. We got through and he said, fuck over, it's worth it. I said, just bear with me. Like, no one gets down here. And, started fishing and, it was 5 minutes in. He's missed one on a slick back.
Oh, yeah.
And it was funny because he threw like 2 or 3 times back in there. It never come back of what I thought. And I've gone, he's had 2 or 3 casts in there. Fucking, I'll have a crack. I've launched in there. And, a couple of winds in, just crank. Yep, got him.
Got him.
And when we got in the boat, and he said, I tried not to fucking say nothing, but he belted me twice. And he didn't. The 2 casts,
So
I thought he didn't
hit.
come back. He was he got hit, but
He's leading on.
I've just full blown
Seagulled
him.
him. I do remember Banksy flinging around some words like Mr. Sniper and Seagull. And
Well, he got me back. He just missed the fish, that's all. But he's learning. No. I don't know if it was. It must have been on surface as well. Actually it was. I tied on surface and he'd been throwing this little back eddy and he had 4 or 5 casts in it and absolutely nothing. I threw the decker dodge in there.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was an event crawler.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
And so we're in there, big boil and boof, missed it. And as quick as I could get that thing back to my tip to go again, he was fucking full blown back in there. And he said, something about payback's a bitch. Fair enough. Whatever. So, but that didn't end the fucking funny side of it.
Yeah.
Well, I decided to fish surface right up till dark, but I wanted to be below the island.
Yeah.
So above the island, we got probably, what do you reckon, maybe 2K?
Yeah, something like
2K river to get through. So we got the island, and I went on the right side, which is the way I normally get up. There was 2 brand new trees falling down.
Oh, really?
So I was out wading in water, snapping branches to get my boat through. That's how I got another scratch on my cowling. Then I got to the final tree, which is the one we could normally get around, but the river was too low.
Oh, really?
So it took me about,
Was this after the river had dropped out a little bit?
yeah. Yeah. So I've made a little tunnel through this tree and finally made the right decision of going, yeah, fucking let's go. So we've walked up this rapid and both of us got bare feet and just sore as shit.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I'm thinking, if I snap one of these branches and a wasp nest is on it, I'm going to know about it. Well, thank God there wasn't. But I've gone, yep, righto. Now, mind you, I'm still talking about my brand new motor.
Yeah.
Had 2 hours on it. 2 hours. I've gone, fuck, it looks pretty deep here. Look, I've waded through it and I'm like, oh, yeah, waist deep. Well, I've gone to gun it through, completely hit this shallow point.
Oh,
fuck.
no.
Chewing rocks and, just carrying on. I said, it's too late now. I'm riding through her. So I just held on. I said, I'm not getting out again. And, we got through it. And we pulled up and he's like, fuck, let's just go home. I said, great idea. I can't be fucked to fish now.
That's a real quick way to turn a new motor and a used motor.
Oh, yeah. I should be ordering a new prop pretty soon.
Oh, crap.
But, no, you get that in the river.
Nah, that's right. You're not out there to treat them. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people that go out and they treat their boats, absolutely baby.
Yeah.
And, good for you. I mean, if you buy something nice, you want to look after it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think for you and me, I think we treat stuff a little bit rough most of the time just to try and get to that next spot or trying to get somewhere you're unsure where you can get back from. And there has been a few times where we've had to not come back up through the way we've gone and keep on cracking down.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, well,
I think I
buy for a purpose, not for looks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
if you get
as long as it does the job.
If you get in my tinny and go, fucking Jesus, the paintwork's bashed up in this, I'm like, you know what? You just see the places this thing's been.
Every single one of those scratches has got a good story behind it, I can bet you.
100%. It's like when I cleaned me, like cod season closed, I thought I'd give me like tinny a proper, pulled all the decks off and cleaned the floor out. There was a dent in my floor that was that deep, it actually held the floor up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I must need a proper one.
Yeah, you did need a proper one. Bloody hell.
You get that in the big jobs.
Oh, you always do. You were saying you had a bit of an encounter with a snake on the boat with Banksy.
That I did. he actually seen it before me too, the old bush eyes on him. He said, oh, look at the brown snake there. And I thought, oh, yeah. Where? Finally found it. Then he decided to throw the slick back at it, and it hooked this root like 2 inches in front of its face. And he couldn't get it off. He's like, oh, well, that's staying there. And I was like, nah, we'll be right. We'll get in there.
Get in there.
We motored in there, and I seen the snake piss off up the bank.
Yeah.
I've got his rod tip, and I punched it off. And he said, I was happy to leave it there. Like, but yeah.
Actually, speaking of trips of going down places you probably shouldn't have and having to end up to keep going further and not go back the other way, pretty sure you and Jared had a pretty interesting trip once upon a time down at Drivers Falls.
Yeah, I went fishing for 7 hours and had 10 cars. 10 cars. We decided to go downstream. Yeah. Couldn't get up the rapid.
Oh, and you had to get out. Or was it? It was like 7 Ks because you started pretty late, didn't you? It was like 5 or 6 in the Arvo.
Yeah, it was 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and
then I was like, there is no way in hell we're getting back up that rapid. Like we had to drag it down, let alone get up.
Yeah, right. And that was a 4 metre Sea Sprite, wasn't it?
Yeah, so deep boat.
Yeah,
and then like the river was low as we had 200-300 megs going through it.
Yeah.
So it just never happened. And then we were like, oh, yeah, well, we can make it down the next reserve. Mate, we did not stop. Between walking and swimming because you couldn't get in the boat. You'd hit the bottom. Like,
it was that low all the way through there.
Yeah.
Far out.
And we finally got picked up at the other reserve. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, fuck, I've got to start working 4 hours, 5 hours. Like,
yeah, get me out of here.
And as we're packing the boat up, he had a tiller steer electric on it.
Yeah.
And I've gone to move a cushion and I've turned the handle and the prop started, just sliced me forearm up.
I remember seeing those gashes down your forearm.
Yeah, so I've got blood pissing out of me. I'm just like, I want to go home. It's time for bed.
Yeah, that's one of those days you just wish you'd never gone. Time to pack it up, go home.
Yeah, sell all your fishing gear. Go play some golf.
Yeah, bloody oath. Yeah. Well, I've been pretty lazy, haven't I, for a cod opening?
Yeah, you haven't had a crack, have you?
No.
And today's date, of this podcast, 14th.
I know.
14th of December.
I know. I'm actually pretty useless. I lined up last Thursday to go out in my little tinny by myself, and then I realised because you borrowed my electric, they didn't have my electric, and I went, fuck it, I can't be bothered. Because we already had the weekend lined up to go cod fishing, so I thought, bugger it, I'll go on the weekend. Well, I get a call on, what was it, Thursday afternoon? No, it might have been Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Get a call on Wednesday. He goes, hey, mate, I don't think we can go cod fishing this weekend anymore. I said, far out.
No, it was Banksy offered, he's like, do you want to come marlin fishing?
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. Me and Dane have planned this cod trip.
And this is a spot we've been trying to go for the last year.
Yeah, so I said, no. I'll stick with this. And he's like, well, it's the first trip of the season.
Yeah.
There's a few odds and ends of marlin getting seen. I'm like, oh, shit.
Ooh.
Now I'm getting excited. So I remember going, how about I have a chat to Dane? And he said, I think you should. Righto. So I've rang Dane. And, so, well, mate, do you really want to go cod fishing? Yeah. Well, there's an invite to go chase a few marlin. And his words were, fuck it, let's do it.
In the back of my head, I was just like, fuck, I really want to go cod fishing. And, over the weekend, leading up, you just see these boys pulling in cod left, right, centre. And you're like, fuck, have I made the right decision? Holy shit, I'd do that again. Fuck, it was fun.
Yeah, it's never next level, eh? I'm glad that I was there for your first one. Was, popping the cherry type of thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, surprise, I got one.
Yeah, he got one.
Yeah.
It was good. We got 5 bites for the day and we tagged 2 marlin.
Tagged 2. Unreal.
The boat we're on, Fifi. Got first marlin of the season, so that's a pretty cool little...
Yeah, you got the first marlin for the season for the club down there. That's unreal.
Yeah, and it sounds good to me. I've heard little whispers there's a bit of a trophy for the
first marlin
of the season. So I had quite a dry sail going back in.
Yeah.
A dry sail and a wet stomach from all the beers I was tipping in. But it was really good. Very visual type of trip it was as well.
For sure. Yeah.
We were watching marlin. So this is compared to the first trip I went. I never actually seen a marlin take a lure.
Oh, righto. Was it too choppy before to see him, or was just...
Nah, I swear the water was a lot clearer.
When we went. Yeah.
Yeah, in saying that, me and Banksy got to see one striped marlin come up beyond a lure, but that was it. Otherwise it was just the rod took off.
Yeah.
And this one, we were watching marlin for not just seconds, minutes
come up
behind these lures. And the boys showed us a few tricks. I don't know how much we can give away, but a few tricks to really get these marlin to eat the lure. And really cool learning curve because I never got to do that the first trip. I watched Banksy do it once. And then Wally, which is a club president of Lake Macquarie Game Fishing, he showed me and ran me through it and how to do it. And I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd done it.
And it paid off.
And I got me marlin doing it. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, let's go.
Cool.
So, we got the bites. And how'd you feel, mate?
Mate, to be honest, like the whole thing for me was just like so much adrenaline. Like,
Yep.
I've never been offshore. Like, I've fished for flatty and whiting, brim, all that sort of stuff. Caught tailor and whatever else, salmon.
Yeah.
Just off breakwalls or off the beach or in a little tinny near the like a mouth of a river near the ocean or something like that.
Yeah.
Never been past a breakwall or anything like that.
Yeah.
So get it in. It was what, a 40-foot boat? 30
I think
something?
it's 36 or 38.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's a fairly decent sized game boat.
Yeah.
But getting out there and like get past the bar, and after that you get up and down. You're losing your stomach left, right, and centre, and like I can see how some people get seasick, but I just found it too exciting. I was just like, this is so cool.
The adrenaline just peaks through and just overpowers everything.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck it,
Yeah.
let's go.
Like I did the seasick tablets and everything, like just in case, because you don't want to be out there for whatever 12 hours and get sick.
Nah.
But just the whole steam out there was fun to me. Talking to Wal and talking to you.
And mind you, this trip on the way out is 2.5 hours.
Yeah, no, it's a solid trip out there because we're what, 80k?
I think it's
to the shelf.
I think it's 80k. I can't remember, but it's pretty much Swansea is the furthest spot on the east coast to get to the shelf.
Get to the shelf. So yeah, steaming out there, chatting shit, having a few beers, whatever. Then we get out there, set the rods up, and what might have been an hour and a half.
10:30 was our first bite, and we started 8.
8, yeah. So 2.5 hours. This rod went off, and I was up on my feet in a heartbeat. I went, get the tingles, because this thing was screaming. Get up to it, start winding it, take it out of the rod holder, drops it. I went, fuck. Put it back in. I start setting it back up on the outrigger. Goes off again. Pick it straight back up, bang, and we're on. And it is like organised chaos on the back of this deck for like a solid 10 minutes. You're holding onto this rod. That fish is screaming backwards away from the boat, hundreds of metres. The boat's still going forward while everyone's running around like a headless chook trying to get these other lures in so it doesn't get tangled up.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic.
Oh, unreal. And it's just like for those first minutes you haven't got the gimbal on, so you're cracking the old butt of the rod between your nutsack and your leg so you're not fucking crushing the jewels.
Yeah.
And then starting to wind in, but you'll have someone next to you sort of calling out to the helm, looking at your reel, going, righto, 3/4 reel, half spool, quarter spool. No, you got to start backing up.
Yeah.
Everyone's still running around
chaos.
trying. Yeah, it is organised chaos for like 10 minutes. And then the pain sets in that you've got to try and reel this fish into the back of the boat. And I did not realise how much bloody effort it actually took.
Yeah, it's a lot of strength. Oh, it's more fatigue.
Yeah, 100%. It's endurance. It's not a total lot of strength because it is just reeling a large game reel. It doesn't take a huge amount of weight or force to do it, but reeling in like 500 plus metres of line, you get the best forearm pump you've ever had.
Yeah, God, yeah.
Az has got a video. He came up to me. He's trying to talk to me halfway through. And he's just like, how you going, bud? And I was just like, this is the best arm pump I've ever had.
Yeah,
that was about 15 minutes in, cranking him in, and I finally got him up to the boat and then just doing the whole dip, wind, pull back, dip, wind, pull back. Yeah, just to hold that thing, like boys tagged it, brought it alongside of the boat, and just to hold it, and they're beasts.
Yeah, they're big animals.
Absolute beasts.
So the two marlin we landed were roughly around that 90 kilo mark.
Yeah.
Which were pretty good marlin for a stripey. Like a 120 is classified as a very good
big
stripey. So, 290 kilo fish hit the side of the boat really. And
get to watch them swim away.
But the thing about mine and Dane's is a big fucking difference. Dane, for his first marlin, gets a marlin that doesn't jump, doesn't play up.
Nah, didn't have a second run.
Didn't have a second run. He had one run off the start.
Yeah.
Come to the side of the boat, got tagged, got billed, then photos. Did not shake his head once and had a release.
Had a nice release.
Now, what did I have? I had a marlin. My marlin has taken a stupid first run to the point where he's jumping off the back of the boat 500-600 metres away from me, and I'm looking at the bottom of the spool going, holy shit.
Yeah, Aaron didn't realise how much this marlin was jumping until we're talking about it. It was going ballistic for like a solid 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just off in the distance, you see him jumping out, shaking his head, carrying on.
And I had been game face. I'm looking down at the line going, I'm going to get more back on this fucker that's going off. So the boys are yelling out to me that. And I've got it 3/4 of the way back. What's it do? Fucking goes all the way again. So, right, restart. When we got a good video of that, I turned around to Dane and I told him he got the wrong fish.
Yeah.
Because mine was just a cranky animal. So, and same thing, got him to the side of the boat and he just thrashing and super hard to hold on. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was full of it, full of fucking energy.
Got some quick happy snaps, let him go, and he powered off mad. So, yeah, unreal experience. I'm glad you had your first taste.
Unreal. Thanks so much to Skipper Luke and Banksy for inviting me down there, Wall for teaching me the ropes, and Pete for holding on to me backstrap so I didn't fucking fly in the water.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good crew. These boys, I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more fishing with these fellas there.
I definitely, So you get one free one before you have to go a member down there, and I think I'm definitely going to become a member if I get another chance to go down for another fish.
It's just well worth it. And like Luke, the skipper, he's done it for a long time now, and to be honest, I reckon you can't catch and land as many as these guys do because Luke just knows how to drive that boat. Like, if you've got someone that doesn't know how to back and how to read what this marlin's doing, it's going to make your life hell. Where Luke he's just a magician with it, really. Like,
he's really good. And he knows what he's doing because he absolutely soaked Aaron into the huge wave off the back.
He gave me a good soak, and he let me know it too.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, Aaron, got a wave coming your way. Burn.
And back in it. But, like this, the whole fight of my fish, I did drop one after about 20 minutes of fighting as well.
Did have a drop,
Luke, the whole time, the skip, he pretty much said, what's the fish doing?
Yeah.
I said, mate, he's going deep. And this was the one I dropped.
Yeah.
He said he's going deep. And he's like, right, we're going to have to power back and give it L. And, unfortunately, the hook's just pulled out from the water. But, it was, really good to have a skipper doing that. And I'm just going to try and play this video and hopefully hear. I just want to be able to hear that sound of, like, just the line peeling off. Yeah. If it doesn't give you goosebumps, I'm pretty sure you're fucking not human. So we'll give it a crack anyway and see what it sounds like in the microphone.
Yeah, listen to it scream.
Yeah, I've had an oopsie here. We've got to find the one that Dane's recorded here. It's a real. Here we go.
There it goes again.
He's cranky. He's cranky as fuck. You always get the tough
that's just a bit of the taste. Like, you can hear that drag for minutes on end.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's a totally different type of fishing that I'm used to. Like, even the way Banksy was explaining that you're not necessarily, like, it's only 7 kilos of drag to fight marlin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But on top of that marlin, if it's 500-600 meters out, it has all that water pressure against the line it's got to fight as well, which would be heaps more than 7 kilos.
Oh, yeah. There was one stage where marlin was jumping at 2 o'clock and I was fighting it at 11. Like, the amount of belly in that line is...
Yeah. Whew. And it's like, that belly in the line really keeps the pressure on the fish until you sort of like get a bit closer. Unreal. But, yeah, I'm a bit of a convert now. I really, really enjoyed that trip. I know it's not cod, but it just gets me excited. It really does. Yeah. Anyway, we'll put up some photos and some videos of that trip over the weekend so you guys can see some of the fun we had.
Yes, it's not cod, but holy shit.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely, if you ever get the chance, do it.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Go eat yourself for a
unreal.
weekend.
Yeah, and the best thing, like everyone on that boat, top blokes. I got along with everyone. Jeez, it was such a good time.
Yes.
Moving on. Now, I've had a bit of an oopsie lately in me nitro. The old power trim motor decided to crap itself over COVID Cup weekend, and I just did a rebuild on it. Well, old me, not really knowing 100% what to do. I've never rebuilt a trim before, but bought the O-ring kit, took it off the boat, got it in the workshop, took it apart. Well, trying to get it apart, I pretty much exploded it.
How'd you do this?
So it's got a piston which obviously pushes the oil up and down, pressurising it, which makes the motor go up and down. And it's got what they call a memory piston underneath the normal piston. And you have to get compressed air to blow it out.
Yeah, right.
And it was the one that must have been leaking. So air was leaking around it.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually pushing on the piston to get it out. So I'm cranking more and more air into this thing, trying to shake it out. There's fluid going everywhere. There must have been fluid trapped underneath it. It's spraying out into this bucket I'm blowing into. Anyway, it lets go. And it goes faster than a damn bullet straight out of this cylinder into me bucket full of hydraulic fluid. And me and the whole workshop get absolutely coated. Now, I don't know if you've ever touched or seen hydraulic fluid. It's not a nice thing to have explode all through. Went all over me old man's RV, went all over me. Nah. You can skip me with that.
Yeah, well, this is why I go to the mechanics and get it all happening. I don't deal with that shit very well.
Yeah, nah. I probably should, but I just love tinkering too much. Getting there, doing it myself.
Speaking of boats and shit, here's a little tip and trick I learnt from
Red
a
hot
local
tip.
fella.
Yeah.
Put a cake of soap in your bottom of your hull.
Like you're talking about under your decking or?
Yeah, under your decking, like the bottom of your hull, not underneath, the inside of your boat,
Yeah, right.
but on the bottom. So obviously you get a little bit of water in there, right? Just from net and fish.
Wave comes over, net fish,
shit like that.
bit of a leaky bung.
And all it'll do is just slosh around. So this cake of soap might live in there for 12 months.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And, yeah, by the end of it, the soap will eventually dissolve and just go out your bunghole. So, I remember one fella telling me about it. And then when I actually seen the inside of the hull, I was like, holy shit. And he's like, mate, that's just cakes of soap. He said I do it once a year.
Yeah, well, I guess, like soap breaks down grime and dirt and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So it just makes sense that if it's just rocking around on the bottom of the boat, a bit of water, it's just going to clean things, isn't it?
Yeah. And like you always get a bit of sand, obviously that'd help in there.
Yeah, bit of grit.
Yeah. No, it's a cool thing. So I've
You started doing it?
I've got one in the tinny now.
See how clean it is next time you have to pull up the floor.
I had to flog the misso's Dove.
Oh, moisturising soap.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, we've had a bit of a shit talk to start off with about the start of our cod season and everything, and it's been fantastic. But I learned something the other day that blew my mind, and it's one of my favourite TV series, and it's probably one of your favourites too. River Monsters.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy
Wade. Probably one of the best. I'd put him up with probably one of the best fishermen out there. Like, knows his stuff, studies them, learns how they work, and goes and catches these absolute monsters.
Yeah.
Has a bit of a story with it. Like, some of the times sounds a bit fabricated.
There's a lot of bullshit in it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, have you ever noticed, like, sometimes, in some episodes especially, it's funny how he fishes left and right-handed, depending on the area he is.
Really? I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, he'll fish left or right. Like, he does both. And there was one day, I think he was catching them fucking giant stingray, the freshwater stingray.
Over in Thailand, was that one?
Yeah, something like that over there. And, well, for half the fight, he was on a left-handed reel with blue line. On the second half of the fight, he was on a right-handed reel with pink line. And I was like, what the fuck?
What's going on here?
And ever since then, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not really into this anymore. No, I
A little
couldn't
bit
do it.
stage for you.
Yeah, but yeah, there is some cool stuff.
Yeah, I rate him. I love watching that shit. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to go buy the DVDs and watch them all again because I just love watching it. But do you know why they stopped filming River Monsters?
Because he ran out of fish to catch.
He ran out of fish to catch. What a baller move is that?
Yeah.
He has caught all the biggest fish around the world and now he's got no fish to catch.
Yep.
I do remember he was starting to do a bit of saltwater stuff as well, though.
Yeah, righto.
Like, I remember him doing a episode about the oarfish.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen them?
Yep.
And they look like a dragon, like an ancient dragon.
They do, yeah.
And they sit vertical in the water.
Yep.
But they've got like a big red comb off the top of their heads. They're thin and like...
Yeah, very similar to like a hair tail.
Yeah, yeah. Very thin, no fins, or like a knife fish, if you know what a knife fish is. Sits vertical in the water, and he managed to spot one, which is unreal, because they're extremely rare.
Yeah.
But apparently there's like ancient mythology around those oarfish as well.
Yeah,
they reckon
righto.
that when you see them, like sometimes they wash up on a beach, or if you see them in the ocean close to the surface, they reckon it's because something like a natural disaster is about to happen.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, like an earthquake or a tsunami or something like that. I don't know why they come up to the surface because of it, but yeah, they reckon for ages people, when they see him, they always associate it with like a natural disaster going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
He was also catching these, I don't know what fish they were. They looked like a gar. They might have been like a garfish. And the lures he had to use weren't hard body at all. It was a bit of lead, no hooks, and it was just cotton.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. They
strings of cotton.
just gets caught in it. It's
Yeah.
normally garfish.
Yeah, it is gar. Yeah, and they just crack them out there and the garfish teeth get stuck in the cotton, they reel them in.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
get
yeah,
stuck on their bill.
Yeah, that's right. I just thought that was amazing that they had to stop filming because he's caught everything.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Now, I've seen in our shared notes, you have a lot of notes written down.
When the brain ticks, I write.
Yep. So, mate, fire away. Let us know what you're about some of your notes. And this is what, a bit of research off the back of us doing a bit of environmental talk last episode, isn't it?
Yeah, so I actually went to a meeting.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I couldn't go because that's right. I had the visitors in town. Yeah, from Brizzy.
Yeah, yeah. So it was held here in Dubbo, which was pretty cool. Now,
And it was DPI fisheries or
it's called the Wedge Group.
Wedge Group. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a New South Wales Murray cod recreational fishing enhancement strategy between 2024 and 2034. So it's a 10-year strategy.
Yeah.
Now, this meeting went for long. I got hardly anything out of it, but I wrote a lot of shit down.
Yeah.
But which is pretty cool. Like I'm happy to share a few things. Now, this is stuff that's been said in the meeting, whether it's going to happen or it's not. I'm not 100% sure, but this is what they're looking into.
Cool. And Wedge Group, are they publicly funded, government funded?
So they're government funded.
Government funded.
Yeah.
Cool.
But they try. They do the local side, like they get the local people involved with it, so it's not just a political decision.
Yeah.
Which is really good. So that's why we got called up to
Go have a look.
come have a chat and have a say and stuff like that. And another thing they also released too is a Fish Smart New South Wales app.
Oh, it's unreal. Yeah, I've downloaded. I've got it for a while now. It's great for, bag limits, sizes, fish ID.
Yep.
If you go to, like me, I don't do a lot of saltwater fishing. You go over to the saltwater, download it, catch a fish. You can take I think you can take a photo of it and it brings it up, or you can just go through a list and you can see if you can keep it, bag limit size, length, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, awesome app.
And like it also helps the fisheries out too with catch and growth and habitats and stuff like that. So every single fish you put into this app gives fisheries more information.
Oh, so you can take a photo of the fish and send it in and that sort of stuff. Ah, right. I haven't used that feature on it yet. But.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And one thing I learnt from the Narandra boys was they can actually tell the age of a cod now through a fin clipping. So instead of having to kill a cod, for instance, and check the cheekbone and count the rings on it, they don't have to anymore. It's just a fin clip.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah, even better. Like that's next level.
So it's just like a hole punch for a fin, and then they go to analyse it, and eventually that'll just heal back over.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And one for the fishos. Now, this is a really cool idea. Now, if you really take into this, you can use this to your advantage when you go dam fishing.
Okay.
So, fisheries have done hotspot maps.
Hotspot maps. Okay.
So, when they go to a dam, it's all available on their website. So, you say, for instance, we'll go Burrendong, right?
Yeah.
They do Burrendong and they scan everything. They spend a week there. They'll scan everything. Every time that sounder goes bing with a fish, it'll put a spot on that map. So I got to see...
And obviously they'd be using pretty high-tech sonar and down scan.
When talking about scientific stuff, it's a scientific eco sounder. It's not even available on the market.
Oh, right.
So it's up there.
Proper.
And, these hotspots. It was really crazy because they done one on Copton, but it was when the algae was real bad there.
Yeah, okay.
Now, it blew my mind. There was no fish whatsoever in sight of any algae blooms in the arms. So where there was algae, the fish avoided it.
Avoided the crap out of it.
Yeah. So the main bowl where the wall is and stuff, there was so many fish congregated in this one area, and he pretty much pointed out, he said, see this area? This was the least volume of algae. And all these fish have gone into it.
There.
So, that was just one from the algae bloom, but it's got different months and where they've found them and whatnot. So you can go, going to try a new dam, jump onto the hotspot maps and fisheries. Shit, they catch a lot up there, up that river this time of year. I'm going to start there.
Yeah.
It's really cool info.
That's really going to narrow. Yeah. Well, especially going to a new dam, it's really going to narrow down your target areas.
Yep.
Like go, sweet. I'm going to start there and work into other spots.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. Right, I didn't know that.
What else? We got fisheries have now started using internal tags in cod.
Oh, yeah. So it's not like a outside tag or GPS locator or anything like that.
No, it's a GPS.
It is a GPS locator.
Yeah. But they just put it internal just so it can't fall out. They started a lot in the Darling.
How do they go internal?
I can't remember the exact area they put it in.
Yeah.
But it is in their stomach pretty much.
Oh, righto.
And
injected or they make them swallow?
No, injected.
Injected.
Yeah. So they actually use what's the shit called? When you get something from the doctors, it's in anesthesia.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anesthetic, yeah.
Anesthetic. They use that on cod now.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
Even with tagging, they use that before they tag or insert anything into the fish.
So the fish doesn't feel anything.
Not in salt, but definitely in fresh.
Okay.
So that was a pretty cool thing. They do that, and they done a bit of a study on obviously the Darling after the floods and the drought and whatnot.
Blackwater event, fish kill. Yeah.
They were tracking cod down to the point where they could drop and go, righto, he's right under the boat and he's sitting on a nest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Really cool info.
Yep. So they track the fish down and what they just use sonar or underwater cameras or?
Yeah, a bit of both. Yep.
Okay.
Underwater cameras, they could see the eggs and whatnot. He said it was a lot of silt that was killing eggs over there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so what else we got? They're planning on making more reserves and river access through New South Wales, including the Macquarie River.
Amazing. Always amazing to get more access through the places you love. Because I don't know about you, most of the places that I absolutely love fishing, you gotta suffer through bloody all
Pain.
sorts of stuff to get to them, and they're so far away. But it's worth it in the end.
But here's one for all the codfish shows as well. Now, this is their plan in the future.
Yep.
Possibly opening other dams, including Burrendong, to be open all year round.
Okay. So at the moment, we've only got
Copeton
and Eildon, or is it Blowering?
Might be Copeton now. Jesus Christ, I'm having a memory blank there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they want to open up all the dams because there is lack of evidence that cod can breed in dams. And I was never a big believer of that. I always thought they could, but the data they showed, you can see why.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
And I've been a believer too that fish do breed in dams just because I've seen so much behaviour.
Yeah. Oh, they
around.
behave. They act the same way. They'll sit on a nest that's not fertile.
Okay. So the nest just isn't fertile because that's what I've seen before, especially in dams, is that I've seen fish on sonar. There's two fish, and I've even seen it to the point in a clear dam. It was actually, I think it was windy and it was pretty clear, and they were on the edge, and they'd actually cut out a part out of the weed and made a nest in the weed. And there was just two sitting on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the evidence said that. And now the thing that comes with this is they open the dams up all year round for all us codfishers.
Yeah.
But their idea of the next stage could be a very grey area, but they want to completely close the river systems for the 3 months of cod close.
And when you mean completely closed, you mean no fishing at all?
No fishing.
So absolutely no cod, no yellers, no carp. Like you can't chuck a line in the river at all.
No.
Right.
Which is I see the good and the bad of that.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
there is a lot of people that still fish for food.
100%. Yeah. And
that's taking food out of people's mouths. So literally. So
yeah.
yeah, and there's a lot of people out west, especially the Warren and outside of that, and you go even further from Forbes and Condo.
Yeah.
They're not going to travel hours on end to go chase cod
To
in
a dam. No
So
way.
it's going to be a hard one, but that's just their strategy.
Whether it gets implemented or not. I mean, but even to drill down on that further, same close period, October to December, so 2 months. Well,
3 months, yeah.
Well, 1st of October, 1st of December is pretty much 2 months, isn't it? 1st of November is a month, 1st of December is a month, so.
No, it's September. 1st of September, October, November.
Dickhead. Good at math.
But also, fish habitat increased. So now this is so they can help cod breed on their own. So when cod breed on their own, the success rate is a lot higher.
Yeah.
So they really try and implement that, as well as adaptive stocking to suit the survival areas. So
Okay.
they actually grade and code each section of the river. Green,
righto.
red, blue.
For breeding areas sort of thing you're talking?
breeding areas
Yeah, right.
and quantity of fish. So say, for instance, there's a high volume of fish in this area. There's a reason why there's a high volume of fish in that area.
Yeah.
And it could go down to the breeding cycle or whatnot, and they're going to go, well, this area had, say, for instance, another area goes, righto, there was very lacked fish in this area. It's not worth stocking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where they go.
I get you.
Let's go to a high area one, might have more oxygen, might have more food, whatnot.
Yeah.
So they're going to do adaptive stocking from now on, which is
okay. So
which is pretty cool. You're not going to rock up to Burrendong and let 30 mil fingerlings of
straight
cod
off the boat ramp.
Can you imagine the redfin? They'd have a field day.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, they're finding these hot spots where they can live easier, but on the other side, would those hot spots also hold more other fish?
Oh, yeah, technically. Yep.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you're putting them in a spot where they're going to get preyed on more as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because the survival rate of stocked fish is fairly low from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But the more fish you crack in there, hopefully the more likely it's going to make the ecosystem better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'll leave you with one more here because, God, it's a mind blower.
Yeah, go on.
Do you know Germany banned catch and release?
Banned
it.
You can only catch for food?
Yep. You cannot go out recreational fishing to go
catch.
catch and release. They
Really?
literally did it because of animal cruelty.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not unsure about this. I mean, I do see their point. Like, it can be cruel to a degree, but from what I understand, fish don't have any nerves or any sense in their mouth.
They can't. There's too many. Their food source would destroy them.
Yeah, like you think about, I always think about like Glenbourne and St. Clair and that sort of stuff. Have you ever picked up a baby bass?
Yeah.
How spiny is that?
Yeah,
You don't want to touch it just because it's
No.
prickly as anything. I mean, those little spines are sharper than any hook. A big cod crunches on that or another fish crunches on that, they're going to ruin their gobs. So you think about that and it's just like, do they have feeling in their mouth? Do they not? I can see the point.
Yeah.
But that ruins a lot of like anyone over there in Germany who does a catch and release.
Yeah, it's quite
That's
crazy.
a kick in the teeth.
But is that the way this world is going, dude? Like, are we all just fucking not pulling our socks up and manning up? Like, there's a lot of, Jesus, world shits me these day and age. Like, fucking get over it. A lot of shit we don't need.
No, you're right. In the sake of progression, there is a lot of stuff that people lose out on, but
Yeah.
don't know whether it's the right thing or wrong thing. Who knows? It's just change, isn't it? You just got to suck it up and
It was crazy
Move
to
on with
even
it.
see the windows of when they changed the cod legal size limits.
yeah.
When they change it, the fish size changed all the time and it'd adapt to one size. So they'd have a growth rate and when it used to be 50 centimetres.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit 50, there was fuck all numbers.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to, I think it was, they go to 65
60.
or they just go to 60. They went to 60.
60.
They all went up to 60 and then a big drop off.
Okay.
But this is going 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Where now, because it's catch and release, you're seeing a lot more numbers on the other side. So,
Yeah.
especially with the slot limit.
Yeah,
So there was
that's
a
right.
lot of fish right up to 55, slowly dripped off between 55 and 75. And then once you got to 75, it was back up again.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it was nearly like those fish, but if they got through that window, they were
pretty
soaring.
sweet. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. And I don't understand people taking huge fish home to eat. I mean, I do. It's a large feed for some people. When you could take a metre home, they put them to the bandsaw and you get fish steaks out of it and whatever and feed a lot of people. But they're not the fish you want to eat. They're
And it is sad
old.
there still is people like that.
Yeah, it is sad there is people like that. There's always going to be someone that does that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the smaller you can get, or the closer you get to that size limit, I think the better the fish is going to be.
Yeah, God, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather go eat a yearling cow than a cow that's been sitting out for 12 years.
Yep.
Same idea for me.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have a lamb than mutton. I'm not going to say mutton's bad. The old preserved mutton leg, ooh, that's not too bad. Slice it off, put it on a bit of mustard on a bit of bread. Delicious. Oh, unreal. Hey, righto. Well, that's pretty interesting, some of that stuff. I mean, there's a bit of progression, a bit of new technology coming to play, and just the information they're getting now is unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's up to us as a fishing community as well to help this out. Like they are so short staffed, those fisheries officers. Like
Really?
ridiculous, mate. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why they introduced the app and why they've done all this strategy to help the fish realistically rejuvenate.
Yeah.
And
Just try and be more efficient.
you go, righto, here's an app. We can get data for nothing practically straight through an app and go, yep, this is going to help this area. This is what this is going to do. And it gives them a long-term outcome as well.
Yeah.
So they can go, shit, back in 2015, there was a lot of fish caught in the upper Macquarie, and then it started off. Why?
Yeah, okay.
And,
So realistically, if everyone started using this Fish Smart app and recorded all of their fish and give them the most amount of data you can,
yep.
they can then justify doing more stuff in certain, or not more stuff, but doing targeted
areas.
to
Exactly
make
right.
everything better,
Yep.
quicker.
So instead of wasting a fisheries officer's time, say go west for a month trying to tag and pretty much get all the data he can get, instead of doing that and say the community gets it all for him, he can go, right, well, there was a bit of a fish kill over here, I can spend my time over here and fix that.
Why did it happen here? How can I make it better?
So it is just it's a broader thing to get everyone on board and just help out.
Yeah,
It's simple as.
for sure. Well, on that, I reckon we might end it there. A few short words to end it out. We have got a auction that went up to, the day before this release, so the 14th of December. We have a custom painted bait, Sanity swim bait, up for auction, which is unreal. Painted by Gino's Customs.
Yep.
Awesome. And it's an old bait Sanity. Like, it's probably one of the first ones that came to the country by the look of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got its own little stand and nice little box.
Yeah, a nice little clear perspex box and stand on it, and it looks awesome. We've also got a Battalion, a Gigantrul, and a Gantia up.
Yep.
We're about to release some Cod Tales brag mats.
Yes, we've got them ready to go.
We've got them ready to go. They're 120 long, 120 centimetres long. Yeah. And they've
128 really.
128. We've got a red mark at the metre mark for your cod fishos, and we've got a red mark at the 60 centimetres for the yellow belly fishos. Profits go towards mental health, the thing we're always trying to crack on about.
Amen.
Do a good thing. Auctions, brag mats. Check out our socials. Give us a follow. Give us a like. We're just starting to do some YouTube stuff as well. We're putting up all the Spotify episodes up on YouTube.
Yep.
So if you haven't got Spotify, or someone you know hasn't got Spotify and they want to listen, head over to YouTube. I think we've got 2 episodes up at the moment. I'm just starting to put a few more up. And we're going to start putting up a few other videos and stuff of us dicking around.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and try and
So
get
it should be
cracking.
good.
Yeah, for sure. Right, mate.
Thanks for that, guys. We'll see you in a fortnight.
Will do. See you then.
See ya.